Welcome back for week 3 of What the Dramaturg between Austin and Sara. We are here today to talk about Boys Go to Jupiter by Nathaniel Foster. This was the first show in our series this year, and I want to say we had a pretty good time with that. Sara, do you want to give us a quick synopsis of Boys Go to Jupiter?
Yeah, so Boys Go to Jupiter follows these two teen boys as they're kind of trying to figure out life and trying to figure out their sexuality and how that fits into who they are and who they want to be as people, as friends, as a couple. One of them already kind of embraces his sexuality, and the other is more confused and more trying to figure out exactly what he wants. And he goes to, well, he doesn't really go to his mom. He goes to his therapist. He goes to other people to kind of figure out who he is and what he wants to do.
Yeah, very good. So can you just talk real quick about the number of people that were in the cast and how a cast that small can help benefit the progression of the story?
Yeah, we had, was it 4? Yeah, 4. Yeah, we had the mother, we had the two boys and the therapist. I was like, were there more? No, yeah, there was just those 4. Having a cast that small really allows a much more intimate performance. So you're only really ever seeing maybe 2 or 1 or 2 of those characters on stage at the same time. So it allows you as an audience member to be able to engage more with them. As far as doing production and like crew stuff, it limits the amount of time you have to divide between a vast number of people. So if you have a cast of, 10 or 20 people, you have to make smaller chunks of time for each actor, whereas with a group of 4, you're able to dedicate much more time during rehearsal and outside of rehearsal to help them with any issues or with any questions they have.
Very good, yeah. And with Boys Go to Jupiter, we find our main character Ian on stage the entire time.
Yes.
Interacting with those 3 other characters quite a lot. How did you help the actor who played Ian kind of discover who Ian was? Because if I remember correctly, the actor was the complete opposite of who Ian was trying to be.
Yeah. Our lead actually messaged me outside of rehearsal a couple of times and said that he wasn't really sure what he was supposed to be doing as far as being Ian's character. And I kind of, it took a little bit of researching, a little bit of kind of talking with him back and forth to figure out who he thought Ian was. And during the parts where Ian's kind of questioning who he is and questioning whether or not he actually is attracted to Zephyr or whether or not he's just confused, I told the actor, I was like, think about any kind of time, not even something regarding your sexuality, but think about anything that you've ever been confused about, whether it's, a sport, an academic thing, or he had done acting in high school. I was like, think about those kind of things and put that forward as far as confusion. I was like, the lines are going to meld into that if you're doing something where you're portraying that, you're confused, you don't understand what's happening. So I think that helped him a little bit. And then just talking about, like I said, he did theater in school, so he was kind of accustomed to being able to slip in and out of different characters, but it just happened to be that Ian was, like you said, the exact opposite of who our actor was as a person. So it was a lot of kind of back and forth through like Facebook and texting and just kind of walking him through what he thought about it.
Yeah, okay. So this is a 2-part question.
Oh no.
And I'm going to ask the first one, let you answer it, and then ask the second one.
Okay.
So the first one is, being a dramaturg, obviously you are going to bring in your real life into your research and into the way that you prepare and show things for the actors and the production team. Can you just talk briefly about how real life experiences of a dramaturg may benefit productions?
Yeah, so if you, as a dramaturg, have any kind of experience with it, you're then able to give a real life anecdote. So going along with our lead saying that he was confused or wasn't fully understanding what he needed to do as Ian, I told him I went through 2 years of high school not really understanding who I was as a sexual person. I found that I was a sophomore in high school and was randomly finding myself attracted to females, and I was like, whoa, that's not what I'm used to. So having the ability to put forward those stories helps the actors kind of understand those personal anecdotes better. And I've found that it comes easier talking to them as one-on-one, as if you're having a conversation, than sending them scholarly articles or journal entries or something like that, or websites for them to just read text on a page, because doing it face to face and giving them those personal stories allows them the opportunity to ask questions that they come up with on the spot, rather than having to sit and wait for a response if they're doing it via email or something like that.
Okay, so we started working on Boys Go Jupiter probably 8 or 9 months before we actually put it on.
Yes.
So it went up in October. I found it in January. I think we started talking about it in February. And this is before we even had actors hired a production team.
Yep.
This was just the two of us shooting things off. As your real life experience as a mother,
Yes.
and then reading this, and we obviously see a lot of interaction between Ian and his own mother in the script. How did you come up with a kind of general idea of who this mother was going to be, based on the script and based on your own experience and based on the actor's experience who played the mother, because she obviously was a mother as well. So you both had personal experience in being mothers, and the script gave you a kind of guideline of who the mother was. So how do those three components rather challenge you as a dramaturg or benefit you as a dramaturg?
I think, especially with this show, it was more of a challenge, because the woman that played the mother and I seem to have very similar ideas of what we would do if our own children came to us in a situation like Ian's in, where he is confused and he doesn't understand, and he wants to make his mother proud, and he wants to know that she loves him, but he also doesn't want to disappoint her by coming out and saying, I'm questioning my sexuality. I know that me as a mother and our actress were both saying, if our kids came to us, we'd be very open, we'd be very willing to listen
Mommy,
to what they have to say.
me and Trina are making cookies.
Okay, go make cookies. I'll leave. Go make cookies and leave.
Austin, are you coming to take some cookies?
Austin's not going to come take any cookies, but you need to leave.
It's at home.
He's going to come take your cookies. You go come take our cookies, Austin.
I love children.
He's great.
Taste one.
Oh, he's just going to taste one. Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Sounds great.
On the other hand, the mother in the script has a very different outlook. She wants to love her son and she wants to be there for him, but she doesn't quite know how. And the fact that Ian doesn't come out and talk to her doesn't really help. But the way that the mother's portrayed through the script and the way that we did it on the stage was that she seems almost closed off to the option of allowing Ian to have that conversation, allowing him to open up and say, hey, I'm questioning things. I'd really like it if you could walk me through this or something. So I definitely think it was a little bit more of a challenge, because it's not what we're used to as parents. It's not what we want to do for our kids when they have an issue of any kind. So it was quite a challenge and quite an opposite situation.
Okay. So this is my last question. This one's going to be shorter than the other ones because obviously you're going to go make some cookies. So this is a very, I'm hoping this is a very easy question to end on.
Oh, I hope so.
So the first week we talked about She Kills Monsters. Week 2 we talked about Ragtime. Those are both plays that have had numerous productions and numerous research already put in. But Chico's Monsters. Wrong play. But Boys for the Jupiter hadn't had any other productions. You just had what you had on the script. That was it.
Yeah.
How did working on a new piece challenge you more than working on pieces that have already had numerous productions?
Yeah, it was a lot more difficult because, like you said, the other ones have productions, they have research history, they had other things that I could rely on. This was a lot of just looking at what I was given and the way that the characters interact. So, you know, with Ian and Zephyr's character, they're both obviously very different. Zephyr kind of embraces who he is and where his sexuality is. Ian is questioning things. So the research around that was a lot of, okay, this is how teens are. This is, you know, the psychology behind who they are at this age and kind of what they're doing. So it was very much more almost academic research based than it was production research based. And Nathaniel Foster didn't give a whole lot of stage direction either. So it was very free for us to do whatever we wanted with them on the stage and to let the actors kind of do what they wanted, which was difficult because, like you said, we don't have anything else to rely on. This was the first time it was being put on, and we were just kind of thrown into the water with, here you go, this is what you can do and this is what your options are. So as far as doing dramaturgical, it was far more, like I said, far more academic based, and just kind of walking through with the actors about how they felt their characters might behave given the situation and given who they know their characters are.
Very good, very good. So that's all we have today for Boys Go to Jupiter. But next week, we're going to be talking about falling in love with your gay best friend.
Yes.
So we're going to throw it back to 2018. The second production we worked on together.
Second, yeah.
Second production we worked on together. Try to figure out some things. Think back far back. But also, for everyone watching, in the comments below, if you've heard any background noises today, take a guess at what you think they are. We're going to be playing a little game called What's That Background Noise? Because as a quarantined household, there's noises everywhere. Could be Sarah's 3 kids. Could be my dog, my cat, the weird guy out back with the truck. Who knows?
No.
So let us know what you think these background noises are, and we'll keep an eye on that. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed. Bye.